are you? Thank you for stopping by. Very sad, poignant story. And you'll see that even when a man speaks out, a man with only a few days left to live, even then the head honchos of Jehovah's Witnesses cannot be honest. It's very sad, but have a look at the story, and there's a place at the end on the article where you can leave a comment should you wish. This is from Devon Live. Devon is a county in England, and you'll see the striking. You'll see that headline. Dying Devon businessman uses his final days to speak out about Jehovah's Witnesses. Andrew and his wife Chrissy were both former members of the Christian church. There he is. Handsome chap, I'd say, wouldn't you? Andrew Mogford is his name, Managing Director of Candy Solutions Limited, who has been given just days to live after being diagnosed with tongue and throat cancer. A well-respected Devon businessman has been overwhelmed with love and support since publicly announcing that he has only days to live after being diagnosed with tongue and neck cancer. A simple tweet saying poignantly, "I am being admitted to the hospice today," has had more than 2,300 likes, thousands of messages of encouragement, and 175 retweets. Now Andrew Mogford, the Managing Director of Candy Solutions Limited, has told Devon Live how he is using his final days to campaign to convey the cruelty of the Jehovah's Witnesses, claiming they shun people who choose to leave through a process called disfellowshipping. Andrew and his wife Chrissy, both former Jehovah's Witnesses, say they are very aware of the pain and trauma on both sides when someone wants to leave the Jehovah's Witness religion. They said the one leaving faces a terrifying leap into the unknown, cut off from all friends and family. Those remaining faced a test of loyalty and feel rejected. Interesting to note, they have talked about the pain of those who are left in and what they have, the choices they have to make. Andrew says he is now using his last days to bring healing and reconciliation where he can. So please note that before any Jehovah's Witnesses themselves talk about hate and nastiness, he's talking about healing and reconciliation. And despite his difficulty in talking, Andrew is making a series of videos called So Long and Thanks for All the Fish about his story growing up as a Jehovah's Witness from before 1975. Already Andrew says the videos have been able to help other former Jehovah's Witnesses who have come forward since watching them. Tragically, Andrew and Chrissy were only married last summer, 2 days before he became ill with cancer. Now she is caring for him in his final days. There's a picture of her, Chrissy Mogford, sleeping alongside her husband in the Exeter hospice. Heartbreakingly, Andrew posted a picture of Chrissy sleeping next to him in the hospice saying, "This is love, Chrissy. Christine's sleeping next to me in the hospice for the 3rd night in a row, despite the fact that I'm on a nebulizer, which makes the noise of a 1950s farm tractor. Oh, a good friend of mine used to be on a nebulizer. Yes, they can be very noisy. Chrissy has barely left my side throughout the whole of my cancer treatment, going back to August. That's understandable, isn't it? And throughout his ordeal, Andrew has maintained his sense of humour. When there were no beds in the oncology ward and he was put into the acute medical ward, he posted, 'Who knew there is a ward for acute patients?' And when his cancer was pronounced terminal on New Year's Eve, the pro-European campaigner said, 'I have only months at most to live. On the plus side with Brexit, it's probably a good time to leave.' This tweet has been viewed 73,000 times and had 14,000 interactions. And there's a tweet from him on December 31st. Throughout his illness, he has posted brave and truthful messages about his illness. On January 22nd, he said, "Can't believe how quickly things have gone downhill. I was putting in 4 days of work last week." The database and software developer who lives in Bampton on the edge of Exmoor is now looking forward to a bed being delivered to his home so that he can leave Soul House, the hospice, alongside Wanford Hospice in Exeter. He said, "I'm very happy at the hospice. It's been amazing, but I want to go home. When I first moved there in 2012, I said, this is where I want to die. My family ties to Exmoor go back many generations. It's where my heart has always lived. Both Andrew and Chrissy are ex-Jehovah's Witnesses who faced disfellowshipping when they chose to leave the Christian movement. Chrissy said, Andrew has been out for 8 years. Coming out of the witnesses is so scary. Everything you know, your whole world is witnesses, and you are left with no friends and no family. We have carefully recouped our families. Wow, this has been a very healing time. We have to be very careful and diplomatic. Andrew is just being honest and talking about his own experiences, and he has been able to spread the word. By doing that, we have been able to help several people who were ex-witnesses who have already come forward. Ever since Andrew became ill, it has been bittersweet. Now Chrissy says medication is helping and Andrew is stable. We've got longer than we had hoped for. Perhaps weeks instead of just days. Now this is the bit to get to get ready for. Spot the lies. A spokesman for the Jehovah's Witnesses said, on the specific subject of disfellowshipping, those who were baptized as Jehovah's Witnesses but no longer attend our meetings, perhaps even drifting away from association with fellow believers, are not shunned. Wow. You need to have a word with your members about that, because that is not true. Unbaptized children are shunned and thrown out of their houses before reaching the age of maturity. In fact, we reach out to them and try to rekindle their spiritual interest, and if they're not interested, they're shunned. There are some families who will go against that. They're looked down upon. And for an elder or a ministerial servant, they're going to have serious consequences. We do not automatically disfellowship someone who commits a serious sin. If, however, a baptized witness makes a practice of breaking the Bible's moral code and does not give evidence of stopping the practice, he or she will be disfellowshipped. So, are you seeing that they're equating disfellowshipping with committing sins? Whereas if you look at the article, this husband and wife said they chose to leave Jehovah's Witnesses. They chose to leave. Here, the spokesperson is equating their leaving with breaking the Bible's moral code. Witnesses, and they continue, in doing so, witnesses take their instructions from the Bible. Not really. And on this subject, the Bible, Corinthians 5:13, you finally got a quote. We can quote all day about where you got the rest wrong. Clearly states, remove the wicked man from among yourselves. Are you saying that this dying man is wicked? It says in this article he's much respected. You see how scurrilous they are. How they like to slur and dig and undermine people. Disgusting, isn't it? Remove the wicked man from among yourselves. You're saying he's wicked. Wow, well done. Disfellowship people who reject improper conduct and demonstrate a sincere desire to live by the Bible standards are always welcome to become members of the congregation again. Well, that's not true either, because if you're an elder, if you're elder's family, you can get a lot more leeway. Who's to say that these people aren't living by the Bible standards? How cruel, how nasty. And of course, true to form, adherents are following in their master's footsteps. Have a look at this. We have comments. Get ready to throw up, but to those of us who are used to the absurd comments that we get, it's not going to be new, but this is pretty low. So there's a 38-year-old here, Andy Hart's talking about how hard it is to break away. Terry Lawton, who many of us know, the elder spokesman, simply lied through his back teeth. If the editor could remind him of the 2018 convention video, I think it's 2017, but where the mother was coerced to not even answer the phone to her own daughter. The elder is a liar, simple, honest truth, and if Devon Live wishes to discuss the levels of shunning with me, I would be more than happy. The apostate saying meant to do the same thing. So, now here we get the good thing. So this is someone who obviously knows Andy, Michael L.K. So imagine they won't have spoken for 8 years. He knows him. So not only is he seeing his old friend in this article, he knows that his old friend has not got long left to live. Now, even if someone you've not seen a long time, if you hear they've not got long left to live, what do you say to them? What do you say? What do you do? Well, let me show you what Jehovah's Witnesses do. Hey, Andy, get yourself together, man. Sorry to hear you so poorly. No, he's not poorly. He's not poorly. This goes a little bit beyond poorly. Sorry to hear you so poorly. I had no idea. It's been a long time. You've been out 8 years. Time to come home. Don't be bitter, it's bad for you. Mike. I can't believe it. Well, I can, because we see this day in, day out. Wow. So someone else has put, what an evil message spoken from the mouth of Mike, who, by the way, is not a true Christian. Birdnode says, completely heartless, sickening, and unchristian. Did Jesus shun? No. Only cults do that. Nate7, a familiar name. How unloving of you, Mike. This dying man's life was greatly harmed by your destructive religion, and you're wishing to inflict more pain on him. Wake up, you're in a cult. Everyone knows it but you, Craig. Go and have a word with yourself, Michael. Hideous, uncaring, and considerate. Terry Lawton says, to the uncaring, unchristian Michael L.K., spoken like a true Jehovah's Witness, and it is. This is not unusual. To the world reading this is how callous Jehovah's Witnesses can be. This is how they're taught to be. This is the truth about Jehovah's Witnesses and what they think about people behind closed doors. Even in the final last days of this man's life, you can't help yourself. Your excuse for a human being unchristian, uncaring, lack of sympathy or compassion. Isn't it strange how the scripture depicts you to a T? And then there's a scripture for you. 2 Timothy 3, 1-7. People will be boastful, proud, abusive, ungrateful, unholy. 3, without love, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not lovers of the good, treacherous, rash, conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having a form of godliness, but denying its power, have nothing to do with such people. That fits you exactly. Stephen, 1946. Well, you're a nasty piece of work, aren't you? Or are you so brainwashed that you can't even see it yourself? Probably best to stay out of other people's lives until you've got something human to say. Whoa. Well, it's just damn sad. Damn sad. So, those of you who pray, who like candles, who send wishes, whatever way you exhibit your beliefs, whatever way you want to help someone, then obviously I know you will for this husband and wife, Andrew and Chrissy Mogford. Peace and blessings to them. Thank you for your time. Thank you, everyone. And bye for now. Hello, everyone. How are